All right, you two. I'm headed to work. I am in the city of Oak Ridge and making my way to the job. Let's give old Charlie Beezer. Give old Charlie Beezer a call. Charles Gibson.
It's Slappy.
On three, Slappy adventure. 1, 2, 3. Slappy adventure.
What's up, Pizza?
Beezer, come on with it.
What are you doing, man?
I'm headed to work.
I just wanted you to know I'm running through your little white bugs that hit everything and put little powder on everything.
Yeah, after you said that, I said, well, you know what? That made a whole lot of sense. I've been tearing them up for the last few days.
Well, I've been hitting them on the way home. They were hitting the truck today. I've got them all over the windshield on my motorcycle. We rode over to Hot Springs last night for a quick ride.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, it gets pretty cold over there.
Yeah. It's been getting some cold mornings, that's for sure.
You got that right. I tested all my heated gear, though. It's working great.
Well, you know what? I was going to call you up. You know, I love this suspension on here. But Sunday, I rode the full gold wing to work to kind of get it ready for my road trip.
Yeah.
It ain't a traction, but it's about $900 cheaper than a traction. So for the money, it's definitely 110% better than the stock one. But after riding that traction, I said, goodness the damn gracious. But daggone, who got $1,000 to put into a bike right now?
I know it.
You know. Well, for what I'm doing with this is perfect. But
right.
If I was going to be traveling and really doing some, if I had another gold wing and wanted to upgrade the suspension, I would definitely put that traction in it because I know what I'm going to be doing with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I said, golly. I said, that daggum thing felt so good. I rode that daggum full gold wing. I said, shit. I said,
feels that good on the gold wing, huh?
Oh, yeah, man. But, I put a whole, from the rooter to the tutor, the big front springs and the daggum, whatever comes with it. It had a little tube, whatever comes with it. And the dampener. And then I put the whole shock. The whole shop with the spring and the braided line and everything. So you're getting a lot more, but you're paying a whole lot more.
Yeah, you are paying a whole lot. It's amazing how much just the progressive springs alone make, and then to think that makes that much more of a difference over progressive is even, it's just it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's the real deal. But now if you riding like what you're doing with yours right now, no more weight that you got. Man, that's all anybody really needs is the springs in the front and the back. But if you're going to travel a big guy and you might be riding two up, pulling the trailer, you might well go ahead and spend that money and get that traction in there and be through with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I thought about you guys. All those little bugs hit my windshield. I thought, man. I'm looking at my windshield right now, and I'm going, there's bugs all over. There's some little puffy things all over it.
It's all. When I had that little small windshield, all them things was going up my nose.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit out. I'm gonna turn the lights on in here in the garage and sit out here. I'm gonna polish up this gold wing. It's getting kind of dirty, so I'm gonna clean it and put my 1-year polish on it. Yeah. It's gonna be cold Saturday morning when I head out.
Yeah, I might try to meet you sometime up through there. You Who all rode with you last night?
Oh, just Philip.
Yeah.
Philip on his Can-Am.
Okay.
He actually called me and said that he didn't go back to Charlotte this week. He stayed with his parents. He normally goes and works out of Charlotte, and he was going to Texas today, and he wouldn't be back until Friday. And so he said, I'd like to get a little ride in. He said, I was thinking maybe run over to Hot Springs and back. And I said, man, that's a great ride. Let's go do it.
Yeah.
So we went over and tore that up. That was a good little ride to get me back after being out of town all weekend. And then we're going to he and Don, his daddy, are going to ride somewhere probably Saturday afternoon, but he said there's no way his dad will ride out in that cold weather in the morning.
Right, okay.
So that's why I hooked up all my electrical stuff last night while I was on a ride with him to make sure everything was working. So my jacket's working and my gloves are working. So for my feet, I just use those hot hands.
Okay, yeah. Now what's the main brand of your heated gear?
Mine's my gloves are actually Milwaukee leather.
Yeah.
But they hook up to my my first gear heated jacket.
Okay.
And the reason I got that, because I've had different heated apparel over the years. I don't like having to strap a heat controller to my thigh while I'm riding.
Right.
And the first gear jacket has a little button built into the bottom of the jacket. You just have low, medium, and high.
Okay.
And it works off of the system on the bike. Now my gloves, I ordered the first gear gloves, got them, and didn't like them, and sent them back.
Okay.
Then I ordered the Milwaukee leather glove, and the Milwaukee leather glove actually hooks up and runs off the electrical. You know, my jacket's got a little wire out of each sleeve.
Yeah.
And so you can hook gloves up to it. So I tried them with it, and they also come with batteries. So you can do it either way. You can put the battery in the glove and just do the battery off the glove. It will last for like 6 hours on low, or you can just hook it up to the bike. Of course, I haven't even ever charged the batteries in it. They're still in the box.
Yeah.
But I've had them for 2 years, and they work great. And low, medium, and high on them also. And so, you don't have to have that like the Gerbing does, where you have to wear a heat controller and plug all the wires up to it. These things are already, all you just plug the wire that goes to the bike, and all this stuff plugs together, and you just have a button on each piece of apparel that you hit low, medium, or high.
Okay.
It just, to me, is easier to use. I've used the ones with heat controllers and all that. And I never, you can't put them on high, because it's, no matter what you're doing, it's too hot.
It's too much, yeah.
So you're only going to use low and medium anyway.
Yeah, I got that California heat, but it's just it's a vest, and it's a battery, 7-volt battery.
Right.
And then I got the gloves, same gloves, but they use the batteries or the plug, but I just use the batteries on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm always gone so long that I know if I put just batteries in it, I may not make the whole day before they run out.
Right. Yeah.
And so if I'm gone 10 hours, I haven't found anything that really has that length of time of staying on. And I did find out that, I used to just wear a vest, and my vest finally tore up. And it was a Tourmaster.
Yeah.
It finally tore up, and then that's when I got this new jacket. And it's a liner jacket. It's not a heavy jacket. So you just put put a T-shirt on, put the jacket on, or put your regular shirt on, put this jacket over it, and this little liner jacket, and then you just put whatever you want to on the outside.
Right.
And turn it on. But now I did try, last year I tried wearing my I got that flannel shirt that's also got Gore-Tex or something like that in it, and also has all your back protector and your shoulders and all that.
Yeah.
But it actually let too much air through in the cold, even with that heated vest on underneath.
Okay.
So I still have to have something on the outside that really fends off the wind. So basically all I got to do is throw a leather jacket over it, and I'm fine.
And you're fine. Good to go.
Yeah, and I've got a group of clothes that I bought for Sharon and me years ago. I've had them a long time. They're called Nitro Gear, and the jacket weighs like 25 pounds. It's like Kevlar made out of all kinds of crap, and you could put a vest in it and never put anything else on and never get cold. It's just so insulated.
Oh, no kidding.
But oh yeah, it's heavy. Gosh, that thing is heavy. But I've used them for years, but with this jacket on, I never have to I think it's interesting. I've never had to use anything. My legs never hardly get cold as long as my upper body's warm.
Right.
All right, you guys, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification, and personalize it.
But now my feet get extremely cold. You gotta remember, I'm on blood thinner too, so
right.
my extremities get cold pretty easy. So that's why I keep those hot hands with me. And I buy the ones for boots.
Okay. Oh, do you?
Yeah, they make one for feet that you peel off and sticks to the bottom of your foot, but it's made for your feet.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, you got the pocket like you can just put inside a jacket, or you've got one that's for just toes, or you've got one for a foot that's like a footbed, and it sticks to the bottom of your sock, and then you put your sock in. It lasts for 4 to 6 hours.
Okay, I'm about to look
So
into that.
Oh yeah, and they're just like, I guess a pair's like $1.50 or something.
Yeah.
So I'll always put them on when I leave here. That keeps my feet from getting cold on the way down there on these 37, 38 degree mornings.
Right.
If I don't have that and my feet get cold, I'm done, son.
Yeah, I do have some battery-powered socks.
Well, I bought every kind of dadgum battery-powered sock. I even have a battery-powered insole that goes inside the bottom of your boot with a dadgum remote.
Oh, yeah.
I got it at what's the name of the place down here at 407 exit? Bass Pro.
Okay.
And they say they're used for hunters. So you don't just turn them on when you get in, after you walk in, then you turn them on when you get in your blind or whatever.
Right.
And I'll be honest with you, I don't know if they they do what they're supposed to do. They blink and I can't hardly tell that they're on. They just don't get warm enough, I don't guess, for my feet. I can't hardly tell they work. I've done better with those little peel-off foot warmers than I have those things.
I bet they was proud of them when you bought them, though.
Well, yeah, that's proud. I was like $100.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, and I mean, I charge them, and I do the little remote, and I turn it, and I watch the little light blink twice to let me know that that it's on and everything. Put it in the insole of my boot. But again, if it lasts 4 hours on high, and then you're still going to be out all day, your feet are going to end up getting cold anyway, and you can't recharge them and put them back in because you have to charge them for like 6 hours to get them charged up.
Yeah, you're in trouble. That's the only reason why I got my battery-powered stuff, because I don't really ride in super cold weather. But, like, if I'm on this trip and I'm leaving or coming home in it, it's got just enough juice to get me down south. Because if I'm leaving in this cold, I'm going south anyway.
Sure.
Yeah, but I can plug it up, but I've never done it, though.
Right. I've used that plug-in on my Gold Wing for years. Listen, I swear by them now. I mean, why, I used to layer up 14 layers of stuff, looked like the Michelin Man. I couldn't even move. And, when you can't move, it ain't no fake. You can't get on and off the bike.
Yeah, right.
And so it's like, now, I'll still wear flannels under my pants. But when I put these big nitro pants on, I'm telling you, there's no way you can ride all day and your legs ever get cold.
Well,
and with that jacket on underneath with electric on it, man, I put that big nitro jacket over it. I mean, it's like, I'm telling you, I don't know if you can buy them anymore, but this guy had bought those. He was a Gold Wing rider, and he had bought them years ago for he and his wife. And his wife decided she didn't want to ride anymore. And I was at their yard sale, and he said, man, you might want to buy these winter jackets and stuff I got. And I said, well, let me look at them. So he gave me the whole thing plus 2 other jackets for $150, and the dang jacket was $250.
Dang.
So I got my jacket, my pants, Sharon's jacket. Coats. I call it a coat. I got my coat, my pants, Sharon's coat, and Sharon's pants for $150.
Shoot, that's the best money.
And I mean, that's I got $750 worth of stuff for $150, and it's still sitting up here on the rack and looks brand new.
Man, now if you wear all that stuff, you don't put your chaps on, do you?
No, I don't have to put my chaps on when I do that. I mean, they know wind comes through that stuff.
Right.
I mean, this is heavy duty. I mean, I'm serious when I tell you about that jacket. It weighs as much. It's like 10 pounds, no joke. It's as high. It's as heavy as a 15-pound dumbbell. I'm telling you.
Damn.
It's it's got all the lining in it. It's waterproof, and it's got all your all your elbow pads and back and all that stuff in it. But it's just a thick, heavy, insulated beast of a jacket. I'm telling you, you won't get cold. There's no way to get cold in it.
Has it got a zip-in liner? You can zip some of that stuff out.
I'm not sure I've ever looked because I've always used it in extremely cold weather. Now I did buy this other jacket up here. It's a Bilt, B-I-L-T. I got that from Cycle Gear up there in Knoxville.
Yeah.
And it's an insulated winter jacket, and it's it's got the neon on it too. It's neon and black.
Yeah.
So it's reflective, and I'll be honest with you, it's a good jacket too. It works great, and it's waterproof. And with my it's not quite as heavy as this big Nitro is, but it works great with that little jacket. Let me look at this thing here. Yeah, it's got a zip-in liner in it.
Okay.
That liner's a zip-in, but I've never had it out. But I'm telling you, I'm looking at it. It's like I don't know. It's something like you'd put on instead of football pads. You'd put this thing on and go play football in it.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
You wouldn't need no shoulder pads, no nothing. You just get out there and say, come on, bring it. Let's hit it. You'd be driving the sled with it, Boom, boom.
Yeah, I never had believed in them daggum chappies there until I went somewhere to get a jacket, and he said, "What about the chaps there?" I said, "I don't never need no chaps." He said, "Well, let me tell you something." He said, "You're buying a jacket for your arms. Why don't you get a jacket for your legs?" And some kind of way that made a lot of sense to me. And I bought me my first pair, and I loved them ever since.
Oh, I like chaps.
Yeah.
I've got two pairs. I've got the kind that you has a belt made into the leather, and you wrap it around and you zip it up and whatever. It's not lined.
Okay.
But I found a pair. The ones I got, I love. I kept carry everywhere I go. Have a zip-in liner, and instead of them being one piece, you got to wrap around like a belt. It's got the strap that comes up and goes under your belt that you're wearing on your pants and comes over and snaps.
Okay.
So you got two individual legs.
Yeah.
So when you put them on, all you do is sit down, unzip the side of it, and snap out the bottom, slide your foot in and pull them up, stand up, pull the strap under your belt, pull it over the top, and snap it back down and zip it and snap the bottom. And so one's completely independent from the other. I love them.
Okay.
And I can't even tell you. Oh, I can tell you where I got them. It was a guy who had a leather shop in Jefferson City for a while. I think it's called Bob's Leather or something. It's a motorcycle shop. I knew he wouldn't make it in Jefferson City. I mean, you can't retail out of this town.
Right.
And but he had a going out of business sale. I bought them for bought them for like $70 because they were like $150, and he'd marked them down because he was going out of business. And I bought them, and I have loved them because I don't have to wrap that around my waist and then come down and start snapping up and all that stuff. These just because you just put your foot in these like a pair of pants.
Right. Okay.
Slide them right up, and then the outside has that tab on it. You pull it up, so you can throw them in your saddlebag, and they're insulated, and they are fantastic. I wear them just about all the time when I ride, when it gets this type of weather. Because there's nothing worse than getting cold.
No, yeah. And like you said, you got so many clothes on, you can't even move.
Yeah, and it's just, if you get cold, it just takes, I mean, I like riding in cold weather, don't get me wrong, but if you get cold, it just takes the fun out of it for me.
Right.
Yeah, I want to stay warm. I may not necessarily in all weather have to have electric on, but I'll tell you what, we got over to the hot springs last night. It's 49, dude.
Oh, yeah, man. When I left the house this morning, it was right at 49, 51 degrees.
Yeah, when we got back to Newport on our way back, it was 59. So it's 10 degrees difference in Newport and Hot Springs, and probably, 15 miles?
Right.
Maybe 20 miles to get over there from there. But so I knew then, I said, well, I better test this heated stuff, and I better find out where all my leftover from last year hot hands are.
Right.
And if I can't find them today, then I'm going on over to Walmart, and I'm going to stock up on about 20 of them Because I'll start using them, and that's a good thing too. When you're out and your yard getting cold, you can take those because they work based on being exposed to oxygen.
Okay.
So they stay in that little bag until you cut them open. Once you cut them open, just let them sit for about 15 minutes. They heat up, and you just put them where you need them. So you can take your boot off, put another one on your toes or whatever, and then just put it right back on. You're gonna be warm.
Be good to go.
And
I might go buy me
cheap.
some.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap to be able to do that. If it was $5 or something a pair, I'd probably buy me some electric or powered socks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when you're just buying those little toe things, you can buy a pack of them for like $14, and there's like 20 of them in it. That's 20 rides,
All right.
So by the time you do 20 rides, winter's over.
It's over. Well, I tell you what, man, I just pulled up here by the job, and I might try to catch you Saturday.
All right, brother. I hope you can.
All right, 10-4.
All right, see.
All right, you guys, that was Charlie Beeseye. Charlie Beeseye giving us some insight on staying warm because it's definitely getting cold out here. All right, you guys. Time to get this money. Find me a good parking spot. Let's do a ring around the rosy here. Need to get us a sign that says motorcycle parking only. Yeah, I think that'll work. Get all these daggum 4x4 trucks out of our parking spot. Peace.